Letting go of anger and resentment is so much easier said than done. It can poison your outlook on life, your behaviors, and just turn you into someone that you're not. Now, resentment is basically a hidden hurt, which only hurts you. It typically doesn't hurt the other person because they may not care, or they may not even know the fact of that they hurt you. Now, especially in a relationship, if it's two people, especially when they live together, it can create a lot of separation. There can be passive-aggressive comments or sarcasm, or it can get brought up at a very inopportune time and completely blow up a lot of situations. Now, one thing that kept me stuck in a lot of resentment is I used to say I would beat a dead horse with another dead horse because I wanted to know why. And I said, this is unfair. These things happen to me and it's unfair and I want to know why. I'm a good person. I don't deserve this. But the problem is holding on to that why kept me stuck in it because I may never know or I may never like the answer. But holding on to that why kept me stuck in it and continued to harm me and not the other person. Now here's some steps of how to let go of that anger. You want to take ownership of the situation and figure out what you can control and what you can't. You can't control and go back in time that it happened. I can't change that it happened, but I can embrace my feelings around it and I can give them validity and make sure that they are legitimate and give legitimacy to what happened and my feelings around it. But you don't want to become what happened. When you make that your identity, it completely gives power to whoever harmed you or the situation that happened to you. Now, being a victim is not your fault, but we gotta let it go so we can't continue to give that power to the situation that harmed us. Now, you wanna understand your feelings around it too. Part of what keeps you holding on to it is you may not understand your feelings around this anger, why you're actually angry. So really dissecting it and understanding these feelings will help you be able to release it as well. You also want to get to a point where you can forgive the situation. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that you excuse what happened or that you make it okay. It's just radical acceptance. Now, you can also mourn, and I think mourning is an important part of forgiveness, is mourning what could have been, mourning what should have been. You didn't deserve what happened to you, and you can mourn that, but then we gotta let it go too. Now, you don't want to then create a winner and a loser situation because that just continues to play into that game. I'm a winner, you're a loser, you wronged me, and you don't want to continue that competition, especially if it's within a relationship. Now, some things that I really find helpful are rituals. So writing it down. I want to write down exactly what happened from my perspective, and I want to write down how I felt about what happened. And sometimes it's really nice to write down what you think should have happened in a scenario where you wouldn't have this anger and resentment and these horrific feelings. Now, I also like to burn it. Make sure if you're gonna burn something, please burn it in a safe space. But burning it or even ripping it up can symbolize that letting go. And it's a really big release, like, okay, this happened to me and I'm not gonna hold on to it anymore and let it continue to poison me. So I'm gonna let it go. If you're not willing to communicate with that person may not know that they harmed you or that you're still upset about it. So you either need to have direct communication and let them know, because otherwise, once again, you're just harming yourself. Now, we wanna reframe our thinking. Letting go is about reframing your thinking, and it's about taking back that power and making sure that you can live a life that you truly deserve and enjoying the journey along the way.